Hello, good morning students. Welcome to Unique Coaching class. Students, we have started process costing. In previous video we get the information about the process and also we learn how to prepare their accounts. Now today we are going to understand the abnormal loss. Okay. So અગાઉના વિડીયોમાં આપણે પ્રોસેસ શું છે અને અકાઉન્ટ્સ કઈ રીતે થાય તે જોયું છે. હવે આજે આપણે સૌથી પહેલા જોઈશું abnormal loss. For that, first of all, let's remind what is normal loss, which we understand in a previous video. I told you in a previous video. First of all, remind that normal loss. Normal loss means a loss which cannot control by taking any step. Okay, it must be occurred, it must be happen, that is normal loss. કેટલા પણ તમે પગલા લો, કેટલો પણ અંકુશ રાખો, કંટ્રોલ રાખો, પણ એ લોસ થવાની જ હોય છે. That is called normal loss. Suppose in a factory, if you are going to produce any product and you know that it will be passed from three process. Process 1, process 2 and process 3. Okay, so a manager of that factory or any supervisor know very well that in a process 1 there must be 10% would be loss, in process 2 there must be 5% loss, and in process 3 suppose 8%. So they know very well this happen, this occurs. Okay, a loss thawani છે. This loss must be occurred. If we taken any step, it must be occurred. Okay, કેટલા પણ પગલા લે પણ આ loss તો થશે જ. So this is called normal loss. And how they decide this percentage, 10%, 5%, 8%? Okay, so they decided this percentage by past experience. Okay, ભૂતકાળના અનુભવને આધારે આઈડિયા આવી જાય કે નોર્મલી આટલા percentage loss થઈ છે. અને લોસ કેટલા પર્સન્ટેજ છે, કોના પર્સન્ટેજ, જે યુનિટ ઇન્ટ્રોડ્યુસ થયા છે પ્રોસેસમાં, રાઈટ. નાઉ સપોઝ દે ઇન અ પ્રોસેસ 1, ઓકે, સપોઝ ઇન અ પ્રોસેસ 1, ઓકે, આઈ એમ ટોકિંગ અબાઉટ પ્રોસેસ 1, યુનિટ introduce suppose 8,000. okay, in a process 1 8,000 unit introduce, and they know very well in a process 1 there must be 10% loss. Okay, so it called normal loss. કેટલી થશે? 10%, and 10% of which amount? This unit which is introduced in that process, એટલે કે 8,000 ના 10% means 800. They know very well if they are going to introduce 8,000 unit in process 1, there must be 10% loss. That is called normal loss. So how much production will be occurred? That is 7,200. Okay, આટલો loss થઈ જશે. So it will be normal production in process 1. Okay, it will be normal production in process 1. They know very well, right? So કોઈ પણ ફેક્ટરીમાં જે બી મેનેજર સુપરવાઇઝરની આઈડિયા હશે કે જો 8,000 યુનિટ ઇન્ટ્રોડ્યુસ કરીશું 10% લોસ થશે એટલે નોર્મલી આટલું પ્રોડક્શન તો મળશે. We get this production. Okay, we get normally 7,200 in process 1 if we introduce 8,000. Suppose they introduce suppose 50,000 unit in process 1. Okay, I am talking about process 1. So how much normally, how much production they will get? So they know that there will be normal loss 10%. Okay, process 1 માં 10% તો loss થાય જ છે, so 5,000 તો loss થઈ જશે. So normally they will get 4,500. It will be normal production. Clear? So normally they know that, okay, the supervisor of that department, that if we introduce any unit in process 1 10% will be loss, so the remaining will be normal production. Okay, so normally આટલું production થશે. Now as per their calculation they will get normally 7,200 normal production if 8,000 unit introduced. Okay, but when the process is over, suppose this process start on 1st June, okay, process ક્યારે start કરી 1st June, and normally it will take 2 days to complete process, okay, process 1 ક્યારે start કરી 1st June અને 2 દિવસ પછી process complete થાય છે, બરાબર છે, 2 દિવસમાં process over થાય છે. So when the process done, okay, when process over, then they check how much production we get. So they get production, suppose 7,000, the actual production. How much actual production they get? 7,000. So here the important part, as per their calculation, okay, if 8,000 unit introduced, so normally 10% will be lost. So we must get normally 7,200 unit. Okay, normally કેટલું યુનિટ મળવું જોઈએ? 7,200 unit they must get. How much? Total 7,200 normally they will get. But when the process is over, then they check the production. So actually they get only 7,000. So here you can think practically. Here they suffered a loss, right? એમને લોસ થયો ને, નોર્મલી કેટલું પ્રોડક્શન થવું જોઈતું હતું? 7,200, બટ એકચ્યુઅલીમાં થયું કેટલું? 7,000. તો they suffered a 200 unit loss. It is like that. Suppose you give exam and you supposed to score 70%. Okay, you are supposed to score 70%. Okay, but when the actual result declared, okay, you will get only 65%. So here you suffered a 5% loss as per your calculation. Okay, તમે જે calculation કરી એ પ્રમાણે 70% આવવા જોઈએ, પણ actually રિઝલ્ટમાં 65% આવ્યા. It means you suffered a 5% loss in your result. So same point here. Okay, as per their calculation, they will get normally 7,200 unit production, but actually production they get 7,000. So you can see that there is a loss of 200, and this loss called abnormal loss. Okay, so 7,200 ની સામે only 7,000 થયું, ઓછું production થયું છે. So that is called abnormal loss. Clear? What is abnormal loss? So in a simple language, whenever you are start any process, so they know very well how much unit we introduce, there must be some normal loss. Okay, so after deduct that normal loss, they will get normal production. Okay, normally આટલું production મળવું જોઈએ, but then compare to actual production, કે actual કેટલું થાય છે? When process is over, then they just check that how much actually production we get. They get 7,000. It means 200 we lost more. So that is called abnormal loss. Clear? What is abnormal loss? Now let's take an example to understand this point, and also we understand its effect. Okay, now come to this point. Here 10,000 unit introduced at rupees 10. Okay, 10,000 unit introduced કર્યા છે. How many unit introduced? 10,000. Okay, in a process 1, and the details about the process 1 is given. Material expense, wages, overheads, normal loss. Okay, 3% normal loss, and scrap value also given, and actual production given is 9,500. So let's do this calculation. First of all, we have to check there is a abnormal loss, yes or no. So how many unit introduced here? We introduced 10,000 unit. Okay, unit introduce 10,000. Okay, how many unit introduced? 10,000. Okay, then we suffered a loss. How much? We suffered a 3% normal loss. Okay, normal loss 3%. 3% of 10,000. જેટલા યુનિટ ઇન્ટ્રોડ્યુસ એને આપણે percentage કરીશું. So we suffered a 300 normal loss. So normally how much production we should get? So normally we must get 9,700 production. Okay, so normally આપણે આટલું production મળવું જોઈએ. 10,000 unit introduce કર્યા છે, 3% normal loss છે. So as per that calculation, we must get normal production 9,700. But in a question they give actual production also. Okay, how much actual production is given? So actual production is 9,500. Okay, actual production કેટલું આવ્યું 9500 we get actual production. So now you can think practically. Okay, normally we get 9700 as per our calculation, because if we introduce 10,000 unit we know that 3% will be loss, so we must get 9700. It must be our normally આપણે આટલું production મળવું જોઈએ, but we get only 9500. So here we get 200 unit less, so it will be called normal loss, abnormal loss. Clear? એટલે કે આપણે જે પ્રોડક્શન મળવું જોઈતું હતું 9700 મળવું જોઈએ, 10,000 માંથી 300 જો લોસ ને રિમૂવ લેસ કરીશું તો we must get 9700, but we get actually only 9500. So this is called, the difference is called abnormal loss. Abnormal loss. How much we get? That is 200 unit. Okay, clear this point? So it's a very simple calculation, and remember, if you check the books you will get the formula, but remember to find out abnormal loss. Okay, but remember you don't have to apply formula, think practically, because to apply formula you will be confused. Okay, formula માં confuse થવા છે, practically વિચારો ને કે normal આટલું production થવું જોઈએ તો actual માં આટલું થયું છે, તો આપણે less production મળ્યું છે, so it will be loss. Clear? Okay, so now let's prepare its account and let's understand how to give its effect. Okay, चलो अपने account में effect आपिए. First of all, here we introduce how many unit? 10,000 unit at rupees 10. So let's give effect. Unit introduce 10,000 unit per unit 10. It means 1 lakh. Then expense are given material, wages and overheads. Material, wages and overheads. Materials 10,000, wages 50,000 and 10,500. Okay, then normal loss is given, so we know that in a previous video we see this point. Normal loss will be credit side. How much? 3%. 3% about what? The unit introduced 10,000 introduced there, and 3% means 300. And I told you this loss we will sold. Okay, as a loss in apne sold karisu. At the value, scrap value will be given 2.5 per unit. Per unit 2.5. So 300 into 2.5, that is 750. Okay, now here important parts is we give all the effect. It is the same point as we solved the previous video. Okay, after that we close these accounts, we transfer to process 2. Okay, જે બી difference આવશે આપણે next process માં transfer કરી દઈશું. But in this question there is a normal loss is also available, so we also give this effect. Okay, sorry, abnormal loss is given, so we also give this effect. So first of all, abnormal loss will become debit side or credit side. So simple point છે, we give normal loss. Which side? Credit side. So it is also one type of loss. Okay, loss જ છે ને, normal કે abnormal છે તો loss જ ને. Okay, it's a loss, normal or abnormal, that is not important, but it's a loss. If normal loss we give credit side, so abnormal loss also comes credit side. Normal loss credit side આવે છે તો abnormal loss પણ ક્યાં આવશે? Credit side આવશે, right? So first of all, its effect will be on credit side. Clear? So abnormal loss will become credit side. Okay, how many units? 200 unit. Now here the most important point, that its value. Okay, that is the important point in case of abnormal loss. To find out how much abnormal loss 200 unit, it's a very simple, but its amount, find out its amount, that is the important parts. So a amount kઈ રીતે શોધવી? So remember that step here, like a normal loss they give per unit scrap value 2.5. Okay, for a normal loss એમને per unit value આપેલી હોય છે. But for a abnormal loss, okay, in case of normal loss they always give this scrap value, but in case of abnormal loss you have to find out that value. Okay, its cost. you have to find out. Okay, એની જે cost છે તમારે જાતે find out કરવી પડશે. Cost per unit, and it is the important point in case of abnormal loss. તો જ્યારે પણ દાખલામાં abnormal loss આવે તો ત્યારે એની વેલ્યુ per unit value કઈ રીતે find out કરી એના આધારે આ amount તમને મળશે. Suppose you come to know that per unit rupees 10. So you can easily do this calculation, 200 into 10, 2000. Now then close the account, that is over. So here important part, what is the value per unit cost for the abnormal loss? So how to find out that? Okay, so remember, to find out that it's a very simple and easy. And remember, first of all, don't give entry in abnormal loss in this account. Okay, abnormal loss ni entry nahi apo, abnormal loss ni entry tamare apani nahi. Okay, don't give entry of abnormal loss. Give entry but later on, not right now. Okay, when we get this value, this per unit cost, then give entry of abnormal loss. જ્યારે આ cost મળી જાય ને પછી abnormal loss ની entry આપવાની છે. તો હવે આની cost કઈ રીતે find out કરવી? Very simple, come to the process account. Okay, just close the process account. Okay, on a calculator. Here I show you, but you have to do on a calculator. First of all, unit. So here 10,000 unit, here 3,000 unit. If you close, you will get here difference 9,700. Then close the rupees account. Here 1,000, 10,000, 50,000, 10,500 means 175,000 less this. So you will get difference 169,750. So if you close the process account, you will get unit difference 9,700 and rupees difference 169,750. Just find out its per unit cost. If you remember in a previous video, okay, we also find out per unit cost. So same here, we have to find out the per unit cost. Per unit cost. So how many expense we have done? 1,69,750 divided by, it is the expense, unit 9,700 unit. Just find out its per unit cost. So here you will get 17.5 rupees. It is a per unit cost, and it will be the per unit cost for the abnormal loss also. So how to find out cost for abnormal loss? So you have to just close the process account on a calc and just find out per unit value. Okay, ni per unit value સુધી કરો, બસ એ જ value ત્યાં show કરી દેવાની છે. So here you will get cost per unit, that is 17.5. It is the important part in case of abnormal loss, right? Now let's give effect. Now you can easily give effect. Now nothing is remaining. Abnormal loss, it's come credit side. Abnormal loss, how many loss? That is 200 unit, and its per unit value, per unit cost, that is 17.5. So 200 into 17.5, you will get 3,500. Now just close the account. Now nothing remaining. Whatever difference we get, we transfer to next process, means process 2. Now nothing, just close the account. Here 10,000, here 10,000, difference 9,500. Here 1 lakh, 10,000, 50, 10,500, 175,000, 170,500, 35,000, 750. Difference 166,250. Clear? So here our account is ready. And to remember one more point. Find out per unit cost for the unit which transfer to next process. Okay, next process માં જે ગયું છે ને, okay, એને પણ તમે per unit value find out કરો. How much you will get? Here 1,66,250 divided by unit 9,500. If you check this, you will get the same value, 17.5 as per this. Same value per unit 17.5. So remember, it must be same abnormal loss per unit value and the unit transfer to next process, that's per unit value, both will be same in every cases. If not, it means you have done any mistake. તો આ બંને વેલ્યુ ઓલવેઝ કેવી હશે? સરખી જ હશે. ઓકે, અબનોર્મલ લોસની જે પર યુનિટ વેલ્યુ હશે તે અને નેક્સ્ટ પ્રોસેસમાં જશે એની પર યુનિટ વેલ્યુ ઓલવેઝ કેવી આવશે? સેમ આવશે. ઇટ મસ્ટ બી સેમ. If not, it means you have done any mistake. So remember this point. So here we see the effect of abnormal loss and how to find out abnormal loss in unit and rupees. Okay, in the next video we are going to solve sum. Okay, in that sum you will get this point. Now we are going to understand one more point, that is abnormal gain. Okay, and I think you must understand what is abnormal gain. I just take an example, you will get the idea. Suppose unit introduced in process 1, suppose 10,000, and we know that there must be normal loss 10%. Normal loss 10%. So 1000 10%, 10,000 1%, 1000. So how much production we should get normally? Our normal production will be 9,000. Okay, normally આપણે 9,000 unit ready થવા જોઈએ. But when the process is over and when we check the actual production, suppose the actual production is 8,800. It means what? As per our calculation, normal production 9,000 થવું જોઈએ. We must normally get 9,000 unit, but actually we get 8,800. So here we get 200 less unit. Okay, आपने 200 unit ઓછા મળ્યા છે. We get 200 less. So it is our loss and it's called abnormal loss as we saw earlier. But suppose the actual production is 9,100. Okay, normally 9,000 unit production થવું જોઈએ, but suppose the actual production is 9,100. It means we get 100 more unit. Okay, 100 more unit. So that is called our gain. It's our one type of profit gain. It's called abnormal gain. So I think your idea is totally clear. What is abnormal loss? What is abnormal gain? If you supposed to score 70% in exam, but actual when the result declare you will get 68%, it means 2% loss. And if you get 75%, it means 5% gain. The actual, it is the normal. Okay, normally તમે વિચારો કે આટલા percentage આવશે, but suppose you will get 68%, so actual માં so 2% loss. If you get more actual, it will be gain. Clear this? Okay, so now your idea is clear about the abnormal loss and abnormal gain. Normal કરતા actual માં વધારે મળશે તો gain, ઓછું production થશે તો એ loss કહેવાશે. Now let's see the example regarding that. So here how many unit introduced? 9,000 unit introduced at rupees 12. Then particular process 1, material expenses given, wages given, overheads given. After that they give a normal loss 10%, scrap value and actual production is given. So first of all let's calculate that. Unit introduced. How many unit introduced? Total 9,000 unit introduced. How much normal loss? There is a 10% normal loss. Okay, so 10% means 900 unit will be normal loss, right? So how much unit you will get normally? 8,100. Okay, normal production will be 8,100, right? 9,000 unit introduced, you know that 10% will be lost, so you will get 8,100 normal production. But in a question they give actual production. Actually the production is 8,200. So think practically. Normally we get 8,100 production, but in a actual you will get more, right? Actual માં વધારે મળ્યું 8,200, you will get 100 more. So what is this? This is called abnormal gain, right? It is our abnormal gain. How much? 100 unit. Now we have to find out its cost. So how to find out? this same calculation as we do before for the loss, abnormal loss. Abnormal loss માં જે રીતે cost find out કરેલી એ જ રીતે અહીંયા પણ આપણે એની cost find out કરવાની આવશે. clear how to find out abnormal loss and gain in unit. Okay, now let's give effect and we get at the last this amount. So let's start to give effect. So first of all, we introduce 9,000 unit at rupees 12. 9,000 unit at rupees 12. Unit introduce 9,000 per unit 12. 12 nines are 1,08,000. Then the expenses, material, wages and overheads. Material, wages and overhead, and we give effect only in rupees 24,500, 10,000 and 24. Then normal loss is given. Normal loss 10% and 10% about what? This 9,000 unit introduced, that is 900, and its scrap value per unit, scrap value is given, that is 5 rupees. So here 4,500. Now in this sum we have a abnormal gain also, right? Abnormal gain also. So first of all, where we have to give effect, debit or credit? Think practically. Abnormal loss, okay, abnormal loss effect we give credit side, right? Normal loss, abnormal loss, both will become credit side, right? So there is a abnormal gain, so it will come where? Debit side. Okay, gain છે તો gain effect ક્યાં આવશે? common છે, એ effect આવશે debit side આવશે. Okay, abnormal gain effect ક્યાં આપણે આપીશું? Debit side આપીશું. But here, where how to find out its cost? So I told you, don't give effect gain. First of all, find out its cost, then give effect gain. Remember, abnormal gain આવે કે abnormal loss આવે, એની એન્ટ્રી નહીં આપવાની જ્યાં સુધીની cost નહીં મળે ત્યાં સુધી. અને cost કઈ રીતે find out કરવી? As same calculation as we do before, just close the process account on a calc and find out the difference of unit and rupees and find out per unit, you will get the amount. Okay, so let's total this. Unit side here 9,000. Do this calculation on calculator. Okay, so you will get here difference 8,800, and in rupees 1,08,000, 24,500, 10,000, 24, 16650 minus 4500. So difference is 162. Just find out this difference on calculator and find out it per unit cost. Per unit cost. So 1,62,000 rupees divided by 8,100 unit. Okay, so per unit cost will be 20 rupees. Okay, per unit cost kitli avse? That will be 20 rupees, right? So it will be cost for a abnormal gain. એટલે જે cost find out કરવાની આવે, gain હોય કે loss હોય, બંનેમાં same જ method છે. So here you will get 20 rupees. Right, now let's give effect. Here it's a gain, so we give effect debit side. Abnormal gain, unit are 100 unit and value 20. Per unit 20, total 2,000. Now let's close this. Whatever we get, we should transfer to process 2. So here total 9,100. Okay, so difference will be 8,200, and here 1,08,000, 24,500, 10,000, 24 and 2. 1,68,500 minus 4500, 164. Okay, and also remember I told in a previous point, a previous sum, that also find out per unit cost whatever we transfer to next process. Okay, here 1,64,000 divided by 8,200, find out per unit, you will get 20 rupees, and it will be same Okay, look at it will be same as per abnormal gain per unit. So remember, whatever per unit cost come for gain or a loss, it will be same to transfer next process. Okay, next process માં આપણે જે પણ યુનિટ ટ્રાન્સફર થાય છે એની જે પર યુનિટ વેલ્યુ હશે તે અબનોર્મલ ગેઇન કે લોસ જે પણ હશે ઓલવેઝ સેમ જ આવશે. ઓકે, અબનોર્મલ લોસ હશે કે ગેઇન હશે બંને કેસીસમાં આ વેલ્યુ કેવી આવશે? સેમ આવશે. સો યુ મસ્ટ હેવ ટુ ચેક it must be same. If not, it means you made any mistake. So check this in every sum. It must be same. So in our next video, okay, we are going to solve sum, and in that sum we solve the sum which is regarding in a single sum, abnormal loss, abnormal gain, single point out. Okay.